Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Happy Catty Crypto here. So things are looking quite positive, even with the way people kind of zoom in and always looking at this more. So you're more looking at a chart like this a lot of the time, and you just kind of see we were up here and we're moving down. But if you zoom out, you take a more in-depth look at things and see that actually during all of these ups and downs, we are actually making our way up, setting higher highs and higher lows. This is really good. This is what you want to see. So I think, as you can see from the title of this video, I think this is a pretty good proposal. A lot of people are saying it should go into two proposals. I think it's going to go into two proposals when it does go up. So the reason why I support something like this, and we'll go through the proposal in a second, I just want to state the reason why I support this is because it really just does put a stop. Not so much the 10% voting power cap, but the raising the minimum commission fee from 0% to 5%, because it actually makes validators have to do something. They're not just going to be chosen on the basis of greed, and there's loads of different kind of explanations as to why, but we'll go through the proposal and we'll hear it from the proposer's point of view. So raising validator minimum commission fee to 5% and lower validator maximum voting power to 10%. This is an open discussion meant to reopen and revisit the issue of validator maximum voting power MVP and validator minimum commission fee MCF. Currently the MVP is set to 20% and the MCF at 0%. Both these values are, in our humble opinions, not optimally calibrated towards the chain's long-term health and growth. They're relics of a previous system and need updating. This thread aims to stimulate an open discussion on that topic. After a minimum of 14 days, the proposal will be sent to station for voting. Really love the fact of how they're giving people time to decide, see that this is up and actually acknowledge it and possibly put in requests for changes. So, motivation. One of the main reasons for aiming to put a hard cap on validator MVP is to promote decentralization and delegation dispersion. Giving any one validator too much voting power over governance represents an active threat to the entire chain. Most of the top validators have proven themselves to be benevolent so far, but is better on the side of caution when $1+ billion asset like LUNC is concerned, as we cannot predict what the active validator set will look like in the future, nor do we know who will occupy the top spots. Reducing the MVP from 20 to 10% could go a long way towards stopping any potential governance abuse and validator overreach. Likewise, the MCF value needs to be increased from 0% to 5%. Otherwise, larger and more affluent validators can play the waiting game while starving out the smaller ones until the latter capitulate. And we're already seeing this, and this is where it is all heading to. So, which is already happening. Set wars of this type are a net negative for the chain, since they negatively impact and diminish the currently active validator stack, and thus ought to be prevented. Human nature and game theory being what they are, most delegators will opt for no commission validators. So by forcing the entire active set up to a 5% minimum fee, we hope to spur redelegations that will further equalize voting power across the entire validator spectrum. It is for all these reasons that we propose the following changes. We propose that validators' maximum voting power be capped at 10%. We propose that validators' minimum commission fees be raised to 5%. Since this is an open discussion, we invite everyone to participate and offer feedback, including the validators themselves. This thread is meant to serve as a locus of debate for both of these changes, but once the voting time for voting comes, we will be putting up two separate proposals on station. One for the comments below. Also, many thanks to these people and to Terra, Solid State, Bilbo Baggins, Orco, and one of those is actually from Aperian nodes. So you know this is more or less coming from people who understand the system and what's going on. We have a huge issue currently with 0% commission rates. It's no doubt about that. What I believe is these will likely be shot down on the basis that so many people have 0% commission rates or close to 0% commission rates, and a lot of the validators set on the top end are more focused towards Luna. We've spoken about this multiple times on the channel. I believe setting a minimum 5% commission fee is really going to knock down on all of these different people who are really not playing a role in the community, but are just there gaining voting power. It's an absolute no-brainer for people to just go ahead and at least stake 50% of their bag with a 0% node, because why wouldn't you, right? You're paying your bills. People aren't paying your bills. Your aim in crypto is to make as much money as you can, so you don't need to ever work again, right? We all want to be financially free. So it's an absolute no-brainer. And like they're saying about human nature and things like that, I totally agree. A lot of people are going to disagree because of a simple fact: you want 30% of your rewards, but at some point something's got to give, because we're already seeing people now seeing to themselves 0% commission rates is an option for myself to gain voting power. They can't do it forever. They have to pay to run that node regardless. Even if they're running it themselves, they've still got a running cost. So I think this is really interesting to see that this proposal's gone up. I've not always agreed with previous proposals from this group, but I think this one's really good. It does start to pick at this whole issue that we're having with the 0% commission rates with this. So a lot of people are saying, you know, well, all nodes has a load of voting power and they've got 5%. Well, they were actually at 0% for a long time, and they changed to a 5% commission rate because the community wasn't happy with the amount of voting power that they had. And that's why they're now stepping up to a 10% commission fee in an effort to spread their voting power out across more people. And this is why we're actually seeing a lot more 0% commission rates popping up, is because they're all preparing for this change all nodes is going to do. This leaves no room for error when it comes to, you have to be prepared to get as many delegates as you can. And realistically, the biggest issue is giving voting power, which can equate to a serious amount, especially when it's a 20% maximum cap. They can gain some serious voting power on the community and then start putting through silly proposals and doing all of these different, you know, it's not healthy one bit. So if you go over and look at Luna, and it's really easy for you to just flick over and look at, I don't know if I can do it on this one. Yeah, I can. So if we go to manual stake, you'll see the voting power. You rarely see people over 2%. So well decentralized, and we're just not seeing that on our own blockchain. So we do need to start taking steps to get ourselves more like this, so things are more spread out and it's not always just a one-sided situation, because a lot of nodes just won't vote for the simple fact that the vote's lost a lot of the time, and we're seeing that consistently across the board. Something has to change. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know what you think about all of that, and just stay safe. None of this is financial advice. Beware of scammers, beware of doppelgangers, beware of anybody pretending to be me. I catch you in the next one.
Our revenge is made possible by listeners like you. By listeners like you. Our revenge is made possible by listeners like you. By listeners like you. Our revenge is made possible